Hi guys, I'm CJ Pearson. I'm 17 years old. I'm a young black male. But I'm tired of watching America burn to the ground every single night. Communities across the country, from Dallas to Minnesota, or even closer to home here in Georgia like Atlanta, I see rioting and looting, people getting beaten in the streets, people stealing for no reason, and they say that they're doing it for me. For people that look like me. They're not doing it for me. How does endangering black lives show that black lives matter? How does burning down a Target or an AutoZone do anything for George Floyd or do anything for me? How does it stop injustice? How does it spark change? How does it do anything but allow certain bad actors to push their terrible agenda and use me as a scapegoat to do it? I'm not okay with that. Target didn't do a damn thing to me. AutoZone didn't do a damn thing to me either. I am sick and tired of people using black people as a reason to do their own dirt, as a reason to set things on fire, as a reason to destroy things, vandalize things, to take away people's livelihoods just because they are angry. Because we can destroy our community right now because we're angry, but guess what? When the cameras go away, when people stop caring, that AutoZone is still going to be gone. That Target is still going to be gone. All the people that work there are still going to be jobless. The destruction that we wrought upon ourselves will still remain. And George Floyd will still be wrongfully killed. But yet, what does any of this do to bring him back? We don't need division right now. We need unity. We need to come together and join hands, black and white, Republican and Democrat, and say that justice is what we want, but violence is not how we achieve it. That is not how we move towards the end goal that we wish to, a more united America, a more equitable America. An America where you do not see someone for the color of their skin, but as Martin Luther King said, but for the content of their character. We don't achieve that by burning our cities to the ground, by flicking off police officers, and by treating them as if they are all bad people. But we do it by seeing the humanity in one another, by loving one another as God and Jesus loves us, by seeing the value in each other that is inherent to every single human being. That is how we do better. That is how we fix the racial divide that exists in this country. I don't condone any type of riot, and anyone who says they're doing it for young black me, you're lying. You're not doing that for me. You're doing that for your damn self. Hi guys, I'm CJ Pearson, and I have a few questions. Did Black Lives Matter when Democrats enslaved black people? Did Black Lives Matter when Democrats segregated black people? Did Black Lives Matter when Democrats told Rosa Parks to sit at the back of the bus? Did Black Lives Matter when Democrats implemented Jim Crow laws that prevented black people from voting and living in certain neighborhoods? Did Black Lives Matter when Democrats founded the KKK? Doesn't seem like it. The Democrats want you to believe that they've all of a sudden had a change of heart, that their history doesn't matter, that we should neglect to mention that their entire party was literally founded upon the bedrock of white supremacy and racism. They want us to just brush past that, just like it all didn't happen. They want us to believe their lie, that the parties just all of a sudden switched, that the Civil Rights Act of 1964 caused racists to leave the Democrat Party and join the Republican Party. But what they don't want you to know is that Republicans actually supported the Civil Rights Act of 1964 more than Democrats did in Congress. That is a fact. Anyone who's dig deeper into the history of it all knows that to be true. But they want us to believe the revisionist concoction of history that doesn't even match reality. Guys, I am sick and tired of Democrats using black people and trying to trick us into believing they actually give a damn about us, when every single time in history they have shown us time and again who they are. Unapologetic racists who actually have no real use for black people other than our votes. They manipulate us, they use us, and they abuse us, but they expect everything from us. They say we're not black if we don't support them. But it doesn't matter what they give to us because they don't really give anything to us. Look at the state of black Americans in cities like Chicago, in cities like Detroit, in cities like Flint, Michigan. Cities that have been ran by Democrats for decades, but not a single thing has changed for black people in those communities. But they think that posting a black box on Instagram and hashtagging Black Lives Matter is actually doing a single thing for us. The only thing that will actually advance black people in America is seemingly ensuring that Democrats never gain control in this country ever again. Because every single time that Democrats have been in power in this country, black people have struggled and suffered because of it. You look at all these communities in these cities where police brutality is really prevalent and happening, they're all cities ran by Democrats. Democrats make the laws. Democrats hire the police chiefs that enforce the laws. But somehow, some way, police brutality has been made an issue that is somehow being waged by Republicans and conservatives. Something that Donald Trump is apparently responsible for. But again, these are predominantly occurring in cities where Democrats make the laws, where Democrats run the city. But somehow, some way, Republicans are to blame. Guys, I am sick and tired of Black Lives Matter only being a trendy thing for Democrats to say, because when have they ever shown that they actually do to them? Did Black Lives Matter to Democrats when they supported policies that led to the extermination of millions of black babies, of unborn black babies since Roe v. Wade? Did Black Lives Matter then? Because they don't seem to even matter now. Historically, presently, again, Democrats and the left has shown us what they really think of black people. It's time for us to believe them. Stop making excuses for them. This is the party of the KKK, the party of Jim Crow, the party of slavery, the party of segregation. You can't run away from that history. It's time for them to embrace it and apologize for it. But I've got to say, I'm not too inclined to accept that apology. I'm sorry.
Hi guys, I'm CJ Pearson. So for some reason, the left is now making the argument that we need to defund the police. Now, never would I have thought that I would have to be making a video saying why that's a bad idea. Making the argument that maybe, just maybe, we need police officers in America. But that's where we're at right now in our politics, where a major political party is saying that we need to get rid of police officers to so-called save black lives. So apparently, their solution that we've all been waiting for all these weeks, after all these riots and protests, businesses burning to the ground, all of these things going on, their solution to how we save black lives has actually turned out to be a solution that will endanger black lives. A solution that will cause the elimination of more black lives. This is what we've been waiting for them to show us what they really are all about. This is what they came up with. Wow. Guys, not only is the idea that we should defund the police completely insane and just absurdly outlandish, but also it's not even statistically supported by anything. Guys, of the 7,400 people that were killed in homicides within the black community, only 0.1% of those people were killed by police. 0.1%. 0.1%. So if you think that we need to be defunding the police to save black lives, I gotta flip it on you and say it looks like we need to add some more police. Because it's not police going out in these black communities just gunning people down indiscriminately for sport. That's not what's happening in America, but that's what the left wants you to think. That black people are just being treated as targets by police officers who are overwhelmingly, mostly pretty good people, who are doing one of the most thankless jobs in America today. They're getting rocks thrown at them. They're being called pigs. Their cars are being destroyed. Their departments are at risk of now being defunded. But still, they wake up every single morning. They put on their uniform and they go out and they serve people that they don't know, people that they may never know, but they do it because they have to. They do it. Actually, no, they don't have to. They do it because they feel called to. Because they feel as if there is purpose in the work that they do. Because they believe in their role in our society and ensuring that there is law and order. If your argument is that black people are, again, just being treated as targets by police, I am here to tell you that that is just not true by any statistical fact out there. Guys, just this past Memorial Day weekend in Chicago, 10 black people were killed. Killed. Not by police, but by each other. 10 black people were killed in the city of Chicago this past Memorial Day weekend in a drive-by shooting. 10. That is more than the amount of unarmed black men that were killed by police in an entire calendar year in 2019. Guys, the left doesn't want you to know these facts because it completely defeats their narrative. Guys, it's not the police endangering black lives. It's not. Guys, it's not at all. And it's so crazy to me that we are even having this conversation and we're having it with a straight face. It's ridiculous to me. I am tired of this. And I am tired of this idea that we need to wage a war on police, and that is somehow going to lead to black people's lives being advanced and police brutality going away. Like, that is not the case. Not at all. And these are just facts. Like, I'm not going to sit here and make an emotional argument about this because that is not what needs to be made. We need to know the facts. And the facts are exactly what I said. 0.1% of black people that were killed in an entire calendar year were police shootings. Defunding the police won't save black lives. It'll only endanger them. I can only imagine the single black mother in the city of Chicago, when she calls the police, when she calls 911 because there is someone shooting guns across from her house, the last thing she wants to hear is there is a social worker on the way. Because some things, I respect the work that social workers do, but there are some things when you just don't need a social worker. You need a little bit more than that. And guys, that is what the left wants us to live like. With no protection, no safety. You don't want us to have guns, and now they don't want us to have police. What? I don't understand it. I don't understand it, but I don't think any human being with a mind of their own can these days. So, but that's 2020 for you. That is the reality in which we live. Anyways, guys, God bless you. God bless America. And guys, continue to call the left out for what this is. This isn't a solution. This is malpractice.